Honorary Provost, Cornet, Acting Chief Magistrate, right and left, Chief Guest, Cornet's lasses knocked and mother outside in the cheap seats, Baileys, fellow Cornets, feathers, visiting principals and dignitaries, and all Yowians would bear and teary them. To have been offered yin bite to the cherry was a great privilege, but to have been offered twee is awesome. And I thank you, my great friend Moose, for giving us the privilege of speaking in here again. He did say that by asking us to speak, he hoped it might keep us sober for the rest of the day. No chance. The reason being, some years ago I was privileged to be awarded the Perpetual Cup for the drunkest man on Hawick Mere. So I have my standards to maintain. Cornet, the moment that you've hankered after all your life is finally here. As you sit here in this theatre of dreams, this melting pot of emotions, you and your family are without doubt the proudest folk alive. There will be many other highlights in what I hope will be a long, happy and fruitful life. But nought will ever add a candle to this. For this, my lad, is holy ground, and better felt than telled. I was there just to learn that I will be sharing the top table today with another famous young from Eskdale, or to be more specific, Eskdale Mayor. For acting Father Joe's mother, Gladys, is yin at us. So I bring hearty congratulations from Will, Anne, wife Red, and I, Sammy Ling. Friday the 7th of June, one can do in history is the best day in Theresa May's life. But even as I speak, the Pitford's van is pulling out outside number 10. To add insult to injury, she's just had to endure another hellish visit from Donald and the rest of the terrible Trumps. But to Yowians here in Hawick, this is the best day out anywhere this side of paradise. And the day in the year, the yin day in the year, when Hawick folk, the world hour, dance against Mayor to the beat of a single drum. There are millions of folk out there that would compress their own heads in a folding chair, or even chew their own leg off to have what he have here. But it belongs to you by right and lot, and is most definitely not for sale. You ride your marches each year to celebrate a glorious tradition that has endured for over 5 centuries. It is the linchpin of this very proud community, the measure of its year and the jewel in its crown, and is a rallying call to those who are exiled in some far-off clime. For there will be many at this time who will dream in their mind's eye of being back here in the only place they will ever call home, with the folk they ken the best and love the most. To paraphrase the late great Willie Ogilvy, who is 150 years young this day, it's the shrine where their hearts keep returning, wherever their feet may be led. All their love on this altar lies burning, all their song wreaths around it are spread. In times of desperation, the dream of Sion Hawick and the common riding again has been a beacon of hope to many. When Bert Scott was caught pinching scraps of meat in a Japanese prisoner of war camp in World War II, and was tied to a stake under a blazing sun for 4 hellish days without food or water, it was his desperate love for Hawick and the common riding that gave him the will to fight on and achieve his dream of carrying the banner blue, which he did in 1947. auctions of the Hawick Archaeological Society the other day, as he do, when I came across an interesting fact. In May 1514, only 8 months after Flodden's bloody field, one of Thomas Lord Dacre's raiding parties for the English side, with the help of them devious bloody Armstrongs for the debatable lands. Sorry, Bernie. Burned and destroyed every township in Eskdale, including Langham. This beggars the question, where the hell were Yowians when Usians needed you there? The answer is simple. Called in the clay. For in the autumn of the previous year, the men of Hawick answered the call of their king and followed their lord, Sir James Douglas, to Brankston Hill, an almost certain death at the hands of the English billmen. The raiding party that trashed Langham the year after was almost certainly the same raiding party that met its match at Horns Hole when the brave Carlets of Hawick routed them and took their colour. That colour, the sacred banner blue, has united this tune for 5 centuries. It has gathered countless generations under it and has kissed the breeze on many glorious summer mornings. Cornet, you are a spiritual descendant of those brave boys and the last link in a golden chain that unites Hawick as it was with Hawick as it is and ever will be. So carry that banner with pride and dignity. One thing that Hawick does far better than any other border tune, and that is to instill into its bairns a real sense of where they came from and the need to preserve their glorious traditions. If anybody is stupid enough to say that the bairns of Hawick are not as motivated as they were, I would politely suggest that they get themselves along to the 1514 concert next year and be totally blown away by the immense talent those bairns have and how determined they are to play their part in maintaining the For that brave bairns, the Carl-blood singers of tomorrow are waiting patiently in the wings, ready to take some old stager's place. Here on it. 35 years since I first sat in this hut with Roger and Collie of the Langham Cornet. Since then, you've had to endure my constantly. Very often it's not been pished we dread, or worse still, when just plain pished. I took away only 3 things from a year as Cornet. I hope that you, Connor, and every other border principal will take away the same 2 things. Because believe me, they're worth more than all the gold in Christendom. Yin is golden memories, the other is great and lifelong friendships. For there are many folk in this hut that I'm immensely proud to call a true friend. We're friends up the road in the land of the rising sun, Sharpland, claim that they came for nothing small, but we all came for nothing small. For are we not the descendants of some of the fiercest fighters in Europe, the border reavers? So when you leave this hut today, with the fire burning bright in your bellies, I charge you all to go out and shake loose the border again. I think I've already exceeded me time, but that's not new. But before I sit down and take the weight off me mud, can I ask you, to promise me something? As long as there's breath left in your bodies and blood left in your veins, do everything he can to maintain and cherish your ancient customs and traditions. Because without these things, gentlemen, a great local songsmith, this is your land. It is your right to live in peace or ride by night. For they may come and they may try, but he will aye defend until he die. In defense of your land, and you ride by the strength of your hand, and you ride over our borderland. And he rides. There's young boys out there today who will, I'm sure, harbour a very special dream. They could do an awful lot worse than fix their gaze on this man and say what they could achieve. Then take that dream and hold it tight and run with it with other might. Cornet, to quote Mr. Kipling, the maker of exceedingly good cake. Today, he filled the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. Now yours is the earth, and everything that's in it, and which is more, you are a man, my son. Connor, Ganut, and say, give all your merches to be clear, and continue to live the dream. To the rest of ye, in here in that seething mass of humanity, I charge ye to downward fra here, and glory in its sublime majesty. Gentlemen, I ask ye to rise if ye can, the toast is Hawick Common Riding, your first love and your last.